Let's go next to let's go to Cliff from Seattle. Cliff, you're on the air.
Oh, hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Awesome. Oh, cool. I didn't really expect to get called on. I've been a big fan of yours for a bit now.
Thank you.
I was curious. I live in Washington State, as you can guess. Our last election, the one that elected Joe Biden, we also re-elected Jay Inslee, and rather immediately, his big contender, the Republican candidate, started calling for saying it was voter fraud. There was massive voter fraud. And that didn't seem to really go anywhere in this state. Like, it wasn't taken seriously by our people in this state. He lost by about, I think it was 60% to 40% or so. But I'm really concerned that I see this being the tactic, the standing tactic that Republicans are going to use continuously.
Yes. Absolutely. And I've spoken about this before. Yeah, Jay Inslee defeated Lauren Culp by 13 points in 2020. It was basically 56 to 43, 57 to 43. And there were a few attempts from Republicans to push the voter fraud thing. It went nowhere because, number one, there's absolutely no factual basis for it. And number two, a 13.5 point loss is going to be very, very difficult to overcome in any serious way. But as I've said before, this is going to be, it's almost becoming a meme at this point, which is if we win, it was fine. And if we lose, it was voter fraud. We saw them lay the groundwork for it earlier this month in Virginia, because remember, before the election for the Virginia governor between Youngkin and McAuliffe, you started to see like there was a Republican state senator, Trump and others saying, looks like the Democrats are stealing it again. Youngkin ended up winning. They didn't say a word about it anymore. We won. There's no fraud. We won. So it's a very dangerous precedent, and you're absolutely right.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm just concerned of like what that's going to do from how to combat it from the people that agree with it and believe it, and how we can neutralize that threat from the public.
See, here's the thing. For a lot of these people, they don't literally believe there was voter fraud. They believe that if you want to demonstrate your bona fides and commitment and devotion to the team, you say that you believe there was voter fraud. And it's a way that you virtue signal that you're part of the team. I think that for some of these people, they don't actually believe it. They just say that they believe it. It doesn't actually make it less dangerous, though.
Yeah, I agree. I've got some family that agree with there was fraud and such, and it's really frustrating.
Do you think they literally believe it, or that they believe it's what you have to say to prove you're on the right team?
My impression is that they believe it, but okay. I guess I haven't really considered that maybe it is just another virtue signaling from the right. And
either way, it's disgusting and dangerous. I think we're on the same page about that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a big fan of the show, and I really appreciate you taking my call.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much for calling in. Yeah, it's an important topic. It's part of this, like, they see themselves as waging a war, and part of that is you've got to show you're on the team. And so they say a lot of things they may not literally believe, but they might. One of our sponsors is called Privacy. Privacy is a totally free service that I've been using for years. Privacy lets me create virtual payment cards with one click, and when I use the virtual card, the money is taken out of my bank account. You can create multiple cards, delete them, freeze them, set a spending limit on them. Let's say I'm signing up for a free trial and it requires a credit card. Privacy will autofill a virtual card number, and then after signing up, I can delete that virtual card. So I know I'm not going to be charged again. Something really useful and very practical. Or let's say I'm ordering food over the phone, but I left my wallet somewhere. I don't have my real credit card on me. I can use a virtual card on my Privacy mobile app. But really, the best part is you're not out there exposing your real credit card number, so you're not as susceptible to data breaches and identity theft. Privacy is a totally free service, and you'll get $5 to spend when you go to privacy.com/Pacman. The link is right underneath this video.